Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, thanks. Mr. Harrison, would you please give us the invocation?
Sure, pray with me. Our Father in heaven, one more time, we bow our unworthy head and call upon your name. We thank you, Father, for the beautiful day that you've given us, and we thank you for the opportunity we have to gather together this evening and try to conduct the county's business. We ask for your wisdom and your guidance and your strength. We also thank you, Father, for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died upon the cross for our sins. All these blessings and favors we ask in thy name. Amen.
Thanks, Mark. Before we go to approve the agenda, without objection, I would like to add to new business item E, which is the Draper House, securing the Draper House. And adjournment is actually number 11, not number 10.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
If the Hendersonville Library geothermal system's already been fixed, and I do think we received an email from the county attorney regarding that it's Hendersonville, City of Hendersonville's responsibility, do we need to even have it on the agenda?
Probably not. I wrote the agenda last week and it was in flux.
Sure.
Tim?
As long as the library director is clear on which maintenance items go to which county or city facilities, and I'm fine with that too.
I think legislature's going to take that.
Clear.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a discussion for legislative.
I tell you,
Yeah,
for the record, why don't we
it
leave it and we'll just have the mayor give us an update on it and then.
If that's all there is, though.
Is that all there is?
That's it. Yeah, it's a discussion for legislative.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that the people that need to know and understand it. If it's going to legislative, it'll get worked out. I'm fine
So
with it.
without objection, we can drop the Hendersonville Library then? Good idea. Okay, let's do that.
Motion to approve the agenda with corrections. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, moving forward, approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion?
So,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstained since I was on.
Okay, thank you. Election of the chairman and vice chairman, I would entertain nominations for the chair first.
Motion to, elect Commissioner Klein for chair.
Second.
Any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Mr. Mark Harrison for vice.
Oh, for vice? Okay. Well, we'll get to that one in a minute. Any others for chair? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Vice chair, we have a nomination by Terry Moss
Mr. Mark Harrison.
for Mark Harrison. I would like to nominate my previous vice chair, Chrissy Miller, for.
Hold on, point of order. Did we get a second for that one yet?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we didn't. Go. Who's second for Mark Harrison?
I do not believe a second is necessary.
Okay.
Sir. Okay.
Because I was getting ready to second
Okay.
Chrissy, so I didn't know if I should have.
Okay, thank you. So we have two, do we have any more nominations for vice? Yes.
Is this going to be a yes or no on each one, or just a name?
Chrissy Miller.
Miller.
Harrison.
Miller. Commissioner Moss.
Harrison.
Commissioner Jones.
Miller.
Miller. Okay, vice chair. Okay. All right, moving forward, report of the chairman. I don't have any reports at this point. Report of the county mayor.
Yes, sir. Just give you updates on old business progress. Item A, progress on the roof at the RCAF building. It is out to bid. Bids are due September 21st. So we'll have an update once the bids come in. Progress on the roof at Sumner County Jail. We're still working on the contract with legal. They actually sent some questions over this evening that we will work on tomorrow, and hopefully we move forward with that. The new courthouse parking structure, as of right now, everything's on schedule. They got everything worked out with Gallatin Department of Electricity, so it is still slated for opening in April. Update on the access to the mayor's work order system. I've not heard from any commissioners, so I don't think that there's any problems with it. If anybody does have a problem with accessing it, please let me know. Be happy to work with you on that process, or get IT to work with you.
Yeah, I had to have help, but it was easy, just made a phone call.
Yeah, I have help too. Although it's the most recent line item was from like April 26th.
I'll double check with the ladies and see if they've got them uploaded correctly.
Okay.
Be happy to work on that tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, and then the final item, fire departments, I believe that's in your purview.
Yeah, I think Mr. Drown made it clear that with us only owning 5 properties, the volunteer fire departments, and sounded like we're welcome to visit, but we're not welcome to make any suggestions. So if it's the pleasure of the committee, I think we should just drop the issue altogether. So
Do you want to drop item D as well? If you have any concerns, you're welcome to call anytime.
yeah, I think we can, do we need to group and approve all those, and I think we can clear them.
That was gonna, which one?
Well, that was gonna be a question. Do you want any of these recurring next month?
No, I don't think so. I think, I mean, we can ask
I will
There's an update, would they just come back on?
yeah,
They can.
It's kind of out of order here, the report of the county mayor, we're going to old business.
yeah, well, he covered
I know, but,
all of the old business,
yeah,
and so,
Yeah, and that's, because we haven't gotten a recognition of the public, some of the old business items could be pertinent to that, so.
right,
We probably need to leave that alive until we get to it.
okay, all right. Okay, so, is that the end of your report, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Could I ask a question of the mayor? Could you possibly, John, furnish us a list of people who are presently occupying the courthouse building and would still be there if there are any after the new courthouse is open?
Those that are occupying the old courthouse now.
After that new one is open, who will be left in that building?
No one.
If that's the case, Mr. Chairman, you need to start kind of rolling around in your head. That's a big building.
Yes,
Well, what we might want to use that for countywide.
I believe, Mr. Mayor, the sheriffs will still be in there, Sonny Weatherford and.
No, sir, the sheriff is over the general sessions portion. The old courthouse has,
Oh, the old.
yeah, the
square.
old
I'm
courthouse.
sorry,
Yeah,
I
that's
misunderstood.
Judge Thompson and,
Okay.
Judge Oliver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, you're right, we, as general.
Start thinking about it.
Yeah,
And one thing to consider, we've got, significant, maintenance issues over there that have
Yeah,
been deferred for some time, so it's gonna cost a lot of money to bring that up to.
yeah, I think we'll need to do a tour as soon as it's completely vacated. But that's probably not gonna be till January.
It won't be until after the first of the year.
Okay, so we will plan a tour as general ops at that time, and we'll start talking about it.
Would it be more beneficial to tour it while it's still alive and running than when it's shut down?
I think once it's cleaned out, we'll be able to see a lot more. I've been through it, recently, and there's just so much there.
Well, what I'm asking is, the issues that they're having, will they be noticeable without the building being used? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll still have cleaning going on over there, you know, people maintaining it.
Okay.
So lights stay on.
Okay, so yes, thank you, Mr. Hyde. We'll definitely be putting that on the radar.
As far as the other courthouse that you thought he was talking about, plans for that, I know the sheriff's department is supposed to be moving into different sections of it. But is all of that building already accounted for? And have we approved all of this? Do we need to approve all of this?
No.
Some things we need to be looking forward to
Yeah,
also?
I'm working with Judge Blanton. He needs a place to be, and at first he wanted to go in another building down the road. But I'm going to be getting together with where they want to be as far as in the jail, that entire facility. And if we can fit, is it child court that Judge Blanton? Recovery court. Yeah, he needs a lot more room than he's pinched in right now. So there's going to be tons of room in that building. We've got 3 courtrooms that are no longer going to be used. So we as a committee are going to have to determine that probably we want to tour it as a group as well before too long. Probably before Thanksgiving. So I'll get some things lined up and then get together with the mayor and we'll put something together. So okay, so we will hold off doing anything with old business until after. We'll follow next with recognition of the public. We have one who is Tracy Finnegan.
My name is Tracy Finnegan. I live at 737 Shun Pike in Cottontown, and I'm talking about the Draper House. So in this envelope, I have an invoice for $3,515 for the roof repair and door installation for the Draper House. I also have, per the Volunteer Tax Act, I have a check from Cottontown Community Center, Inc. for $3,515 payable to Sumner County. So here's that for you, and then here's just one copy for your records. Didn't want to kill a bunch of trees. There's also business license, etc., for the Mr. Goodroof, and there's a contact name to contact. But take it away. We're happy to get the roof repaired soon and get the building secured.
Great.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll cover this in 10E. We'll go through all the any legal we have to talk to with the mayor.
That probably needs to go through the mayor.
Yeah, it does. I'm sure it does. Thanks, Tracy. Appreciate that. Okay, so moving on. 9 old business. We've covered everything. The only things that I would think we probably want to keep discussing, but it could be covered in the mayor's report, is what's happening with the parapet of the archive building and the Sumner County Jail. Well, we're going to be continuing to talk about the parking structure as well. So I would make a motion that we keep A, B, and C, and then we can clear off D and E. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. New business. I would like, do I have to suspend the rules to have Mr. Hendricks discuss what he needs for the health department? Okay, I'd make a motion to suspend rules. Second. All in favor? Aye. Al, could you come up and talk to the...
Back in late June, we got a call from Turner Security, who monitors our fire alarm announcer, and says he's not talking to us, we've got an issue, so went downstairs and looked at the unit, and there's hieroglyphics across the screen and stuff. So I had Turner come in and take a look, and D&H has also come in and look at it. Something's happened. The motherboard's pretty much fried. It's 20 years old and gone. I'm not sure if it was electrical. We had some storms in late May or so, June, that could have fried it, but it's gone. And to replace it so that the and the unit called the, fire department. And so, need that replaced. And in doing so, it is the, announcer and, the Gamewell SDI unit, the brain, pretty much, that talks to all the fire, smoke detectors and the pools in the building. So, needing replacement of it. But I think we've got a technical problem with so.
Yes, the, one issue I saw with this is that there's a provision in here for attorney's fees. That was the only issue I saw, and it appears, based on my conversation, that the vendor is not willing to remove that, or this particular vendor is not willing to remove that. So that's the issue we have right now. It's basically a collections thing that, it's pretty typical language in private contracts between parties, but it's, not something we can agree to as a county. And I suggest, I'll reach back out, we're the county, we're not, we have the resources to pay, and this isn't gonna be an issue, to see what their response is before we move ahead on this particular, vendor.
And I'd take that a step further in that if there's really gonna be any further business with governmental entities, it's gonna be a common occurrence. This kind of kickback.
Okay, so to completely understand, normally with private businesses, there is a clause of attorney's fees.
Typically,
but that's not ever happened.
That's something we don't ever agree to as the county.
Okay.
And there's certain statutory provisions that say you can't, as a county,
Oh, okay,
contract to those sort of things,
Okay, so.
without some sort of,
If I go, and I need guidance, if I go back to them and they do remove that, they'll get with you and say, and here's a new contract.
That would be
And
fine.
it come back
Oh, yeah.
to committee here for approval.
Well, could we approve it contingent upon?
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
I think it's a smoking deal, just to let you know, I've been involved in this kind of stuff the last couple of years, and what Al has done is got a really good deal on the security main brain for that health department.
And I think the vendor would be motivated to get the county's business, so I think if we insist upon it, I think it's something that we can get accomplished.
And use in the future.
I move we approve the conditional upon these, on this and pass it on the budget.
Second.
Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
And I get that for next week on budget, I'll push D&H tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's my deadline, well, that'll be Monday, so I have to decide on Friday.
Yes.
Not Monday, so I'll have a week.
Let me know immediately, and I'll see if Matt can.
Okay.
I'm sure he can get it on, so.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, yes, can I have a motion to come back into,
So moved.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, surplus inventory, room 302. Steve, could you?
Yeah, this is from the finance department. This is supposed to be on last month, but I forgot about it. But this is just, items that have to be, approved for, disposal either by sale or, however y'all want to do it. It's just various items that they have that are no longer wanted.
Where is that?
It's at the last page.
I only got one page.
No, this is the packet right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what happened is that once this gets approved, this will go into resolution, go before commission, be approved, and they'll dispose of it.
It doesn't look like much,
Like, it's nothing much at all.
nothing much.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item C, Gallatin new flooring, first floor.
I think that's part of the minutes.
If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Mayor, you had the upstairs, is it carpet was put in?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been completed.
Okay. Now, we had discussed months back in one of the meetings about all the ripples, especially in the children's area. How could we, is
don't know what the pros and cons of that would be, but I think we need to probably solicit some bids, because it's gonna be a fairly costly endeavor. What was the upstairs, do you remember?
It was a little over 70,000, I believe.
Yeah. So
If this body determines the need for it, we'll put together bids, and we can go down both lanes, carpet, and then, laminate type. I don't think we do hardwood, and get those for the budget committee.
Okay, so,
We would need an appropriation for that.
okay, I would entertain a motion to either discuss or a motion to move forward.
Motion to discuss.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, so, discussion.
Just explain a little bit about the whole topic.
Well,
It's in need of flooring, why, what happened, and, $70,000 mentioned, explain everything.
yeah,
Well, the project before was top floor. When they completed that, there was, not an allocation for the first floor. And it's just old, carpet's old, it's starting to buckle. You're welcome to go over there and look at it, but, the library director brought it to our attention and to the chairman's attention. And it's just a decision that we need to make, either we fix it or we don't.
was that library put into service in 2005, around there?
I don't remember the year of service.
It's been around for a while, it's probably 20 years on that carpet.
I think, Mr. Chairman, that maybe Terry Boyd, I can't remember who was with us. Were you with our group?
Yeah,
We all dropped by the library there, and we identified that immediately as a huge problem. It's not just wrinkles in the carpet, it's pretty good sized buckles in the carpet. And I'd probably go to court and testify against the county if someone fell at this point, because it's really, really bad. And I wouldn't really care whether it was some other kind of hard flooring or carpet, but for the safety of kids and adults and everyone else, something really needs to be done. I think Terry's been up there several times. Might be good, just a suggestion, to talk to Jackie Wilbur, the chairman of the library board, and the librarian, to see. I'm not that familiar with libraries. Is there a problem with having something other than carpet, or is carpet the thing that we need? Check with people that are with it every day to get their opinion.
Wow, I mean, noisy, hard to, I don't know, they may prefer carpet, I don't know.
A good, so the Harrisville Library has a combination of hard and carpet. It works really well. I mean, in the book areas, I think it's hard, isn't it? Hard floors in the book areas, and in the reading rooms is carpeted. And
I haven't spent any time in Hendersonville Library at all. It's all carpet and Gallatin.
well, regardless of what is it our choice to pick, or is it something we just approve and then let them come with bids on options?
We're general ops. It's our building, and we probably want to select something that will last the longest and be the most serviceable and accomplish what we're trying to accomplish in a quiet library. So, but I think the chairman's idea of talking to Jackie Wilbur in the library about what they think I can do, I can get together with them, and anybody's welcome to join me. But probably since they do it every day, they're the professionals, probably best to get their recommendation on it.
And they've toured other libraries to kind of see what everybody else is using, what's worked and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't been in any others.
So can we make a motion to get bids for both, and then you can see what they prefer and go from there?
Yeah, I think.
This is gonna go to Bedford, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing to do, is to get prices by room on both the carpet and the hard floor.
But we just approve it to go out. The bids are gonna come into budget, right?
Well, how would we do that, Mr. Mayor? Is that something that you?
general ops typically determines the need.
Yeah.
And then once it goes to budget's gonna determine what they can afford or what the commission can afford.
Okay.
Yeah, and they'll make the appropriate, we'll get bids, we'll scope it out, talk to Gabby and Jackie.
Is it appropriate for us to make the recommendation, or would budget come?
Sure.
Okay.
How much we recommended the budget? I'll say that.
We have to approve the material and the need, right? We've gotta do that. We can't just send this whole thing up to budget.
I don't wanna overstep you, Mr. Henson, I was just gonna make a motion to just start the process so that we can get it. Because it'll stay here until we have an actual.
Get the recommendations by the librarians, and then present a package to budget so that they don't have to go through the whole rigmarole.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking is procedurally, I mean, it's gotta come here for approval if Jackie says, well, we prefer this, but that would work, and it's 100, we got a choice to make, and that's our choice to make in general ops. I don't know what it's gonna come back. About the material?
No.
About the material they use?
The budget can do just about whatever they want to do when they get that in their hands. And you can recommend getting the package together, even both ways, and then you send it to budget. But the mayor is exactly right. It'll be a budget decision. They'll determine how much money they have. They may not have the amount of money that we want. So it's up to them to do that. But what Chrissy is saying is a good thing to do, because until we do decide to send it out of this committee, it's not in the budget hands. So up to that point, we can do whatever we want to, but once it gets in their hands, it's their baby.
So what do we do tonight? Approve the process to start? That's it?
Put it on old business. Well, yeah, we could do that. We could put it on old business. In the meantime, any of us who frequent libraries, I will tell you that I will get together with, and we'll probably have a conversation on the phone with Jackie Wilbur, and I'll do that kind of research to see what they prefer. And I'm sure they are much more up on what the most durable surfaces are.
We have a meeting coming up, this month, I don't remember when it is, it's coming up in a week or two, with the library board.
Oh,
You might that might be a good opportunity to discuss that with the library board if you're. Don't recommend that.
No. The whole board doesn't need to be involved in,
yeah, I think
we can
we're
keep
just
it
looking
between us
for recommendations by the people who live there.
Yeah.
And so, I guess I would make a motion that we start the process of doing the research on the most appropriate services to use on the first floor of the Gallatin Library.
Point of order, does that even need to be a vote, or can we just do that and put it on old business like you said and come back? I mean, in essence, we could have done all that before this meeting.
Yeah.
And started the inquiry of what it's gonna cost to do all that and
Okay.
well, could we not have and then vote whether we wanna do it?
Whether we want to do what?
Pass it on the budget. Like, we have nothing here.
I don't want to pass it on the budget yet.
No, I'm saying if we had something to pass on, we could vote on that time. We can't even vote on that tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, like the mayor said, let's move it on to old business.
Yeah.
And anybody on this committee who wants to do research and chime in on this.
We got two motions on the floor right now that we need to back up, and we also had a motion here too with Commissioner Harrison, the first motion. Did you withdraw your first one? So he had a first one, and then she said, didn't know if that was proper yet. So she was gonna make a motion, so we need to do some backing up.
Well, I just seconded Commissioner Harrison's, because I feel like they're gonna come back with
it's too much money, they're gonna come back and hold it back to us.
Yeah, so we're gonna kick it back. If we don't like the bottom line, if we don't like the numbers, I mean, I can just tell you, I can't speak for everybody when I say this, but if we don't like the numbers, we're gonna push it back and say, come back with something else. But if you're talking about two surfaces, hardwood or laminate versus carpet.
Or a combination.
I think we're to research. Can we withdraw? Yeah, could we withdraw motions and move to old business?
If that's the will of the committee, I'm willing to withdraw mine.
Okay, everyone's withdrawn. Okay, great. Sounds easy. Okay, so
Do we have to vote to do the old business, or we just move it?
we'll just move it to old business.
Okay.
And then, new business E, securing the Draper House. So we have a proposal and a check. Mr. Mayor, this is new ground for me, so.
Has the work been completed?
No, it hasn't even started because you wanted to verify that.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah, let me, get on that first thing in the morning.
okay, so,
I'll get with legal and David Long and make sure all of our i's are dotted, t's are crossed, and get with Mr. Goodroot.
okay,
It's under $5,000.
it's 3,515.
Yeah, so, we don't have to go to a bid process. So we'll be okay there.
Okay. So do we need to make a motion on anything with that, or do we just?
We'll just do it.
Just move it along?
Yeah, there's nothing,
Nothing really to vote on.
not yet.
Okay,
I think
so,
this whole line item was approved some months ago, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just working with
Yeah, I
the
think that's
parameters.
proper.
so we can move it to,
Do you want me to give that to John?
Yeah.
And Mr. Chairman, at times, I think people question whether this organization would really follow through with what they said. And I want to commend the organization for doing exactly what they said they would do if they were in charge of the house. So thank you, and thank the community for it.
We will, thank you.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?